Hello, this is Christy Marie with Status Assist, bringing you one more short video to help you take small steps towards regaining your sovereignty. Today, we're going to be talking about when you come to the TASA website and when you're trying to figure out which forms you need to download. How do I know which forms to download? So, for example, when I've had people come to me when they look at this two-witness testimony, they're asking, do I need to download this one, and this one? And so I'm always glad to be able to tell them, no, actually, we just need to choose one of them. And so let me go through the process of helping you know how to do that. In giving you some background that'll be helpful, first let me explain what it means to create a record and also what it means to publish. And so when it comes to creating a record, I just want to say that the corporations that are running everything have created lots of records for you. They created your birth certificate. Then they created in the driver's license, you checked the box that said you were a U.S. citizen. When you voted, you checked the box that said you were a U.S. citizen. So they love to assume and presume and find all kinds of opportunities to create a record that you're a U.S. citizen. Well, in rebutting that, once we wake up and figure out what happened, we need to create a record. When we create a record, we're going to actually get together with someone who has some kind of a capacity to be able to notarize, to witness what we're actually putting on the record. They're going to ask us for our ID because they're going to want to verify that we are who we say we are. They're going to want to have a date so that our record is dated. And then they're going to witness our autograph, or what we normally call the signature. And so that is what we do to create a record. Now, once you've created a record, no one even knows that it exists. And so that's why we have to put it on the public record and we have to publish it. So there's several different ways that you could publish it. And one would be that you could simply take it to someplace like the library that has like a bulletin board, and you could put it up there and then you could take a picture every day. I don't remember if it's something like 30 or 60 days. Sounds like a lot of work to me, so I didn't ever finish looking into that. But that's something that you could do, and then it would be considered published, and you would have to keep the records that you had indeed taken a picture of it every day for that number of days. Another way that you could publish is you would put it into the newspaper for the required number of days, and sometimes people do that. One of the ways, additionally, that you could do this is you could go to your local county, your local state. In fact, it could be a county in another state. I've done this with some of my paperwork and that I wanted on the public record in the system that the corporations have. And it's all tied together all across the United States. So you can choose any county and you can put it in their system, and it can be published that way. But we have our own system. Some counties and some states were making it difficult for Americans to put things on the public record. They didn't really want us doing that. And so we created our own way of publishing, and we have a system called the Land Recording Office. Now, if you want to look on my channel, you'll find some information about the Land Recording Office, and you can learn more about that. But essentially, we have our own place that we can publish it, and that's my favorite place to publish. So just to explain a little bit, if you download and fill in this form, what you'll want to do is make sure that you check with the state coordinator. There's a link here so you can connect with the state coordinator. You'll check with the state coordinator for who's the coordinator, for your state. And who are the recording secretaries that might be nearest you, or what opportunities are there for you. Sometimes in certain locations, they have an opportunity and they'll have a paperwork day or something like that. So you'll find maybe a state meeting and they're going to have recording secretaries there. So find out what opportunities there are to meet with recording secretaries. If you're going to meet with recording secretaries, you need the form that's going to have something called the notarial block that's set up for the recording secretary. Generally, you're not going to come across an assembly notary, so I'm not really going to cover that one. And then you may want to go to a state of state notary. Sometimes it's just convenient, or there are certain times when people want one set of their 928s to be recorded in the corporate system. And so they'll want a set that's done this way. Really, that's advanced. You don't need to worry about that. But there are times when people do want to do this. Sometimes with the witness testimonies, especially, people like to use the state of state notaries, because like if I was going to have my mom do one of these forms, I might meet her at a bank or credit union that one of us uses, and then I would be there to help her feel comfortable and to walk through the process. So anyways, you're going to need to think about, am I going to be meeting with a recording secretary, or am I going to be meeting with a state of state notary? A state of state notary is going to have a commission, probably from the Secretary of State, or in your state, it might be the Lieutenant Governor, but they're going to be holding a certain position. It would be illegal for them to try to perform that public notary role if they weren't commissioned. So let me show you a couple of examples of what that might look like. So this is an example of the witness testimony, and you'll see that at the bottom, this portion down here is called the notarial block. And this notarial block, you'll see that it says here witness. That means witnessing the signature, witnessing that you're making a record. Verification, they verified that it's you. By, and then a recording secretary. So if someone brought this form to me, this is the right form for me to work with. And then you'll see that down here, you're going to change the state, right? Anything in red, you're going to change it to your information, and then change it over to be black. And this is where, if I was being a recording secretary on my state, where I would use that, someone would bring this form to me. There's also this one, which is the same witness testimony, but this time it's set up to be for going to a state of state notary. You'll notice that it says they're a notary and my commission expires on. Our recording secretaries for life. And so we don't have a commission that expires. In the other system, they have a commission that expires because they have to continually keep up licenses and registrations and all of these kind of things. So, but we don't have that same system. So that's the difference. It's really this notarial block that is going to be important in one trying to figure out which form that they're going to want to print off. So I hope that helps you figure out which forms you're going to choose each time when you need information and links. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and that way, hopefully when new videos come out, you'll know that there's more help available.